Coach, you found a running back. Where are you at on that dilemma?
We're going to name the starter on game day. I'm still going to evaluate how they prepare. Very pleased with what they've done. You got Briante, obviously, you got Rod, you got Zach Bourne, and then Jordan Hall's in the mix again. So I think he'll play Saturday. I'm just not sure how much.
So he can go.
He practiced today, and he's a veteran, so I'm just not as concerned about ball security as I would be with a young player who's not played a lot. So we hammered him pretty good on ball security today, even after practice, and he had a good day today.
How's he looked overall?
Who?
Jordan.
Jordan, today was the first day. Yesterday was just kind of running, and he was in the pool last week running, just making sure everything's in order as far as his foot. But he told me, and I just talked to him, he said, I feel decent, and we'll see how it goes as we finish our prepreparation.
Is he taking full contact? Message about ball security?
Rod's doing a good job. Yeah. Rod's going to start on pump lock, which is very. I mean, if you understand after you get to know our program a little bit, that's gigantic. That means that everything's starting to get in order. When you start on a special teams, the next thing is you start playing. You don't just all of a sudden go play tailback. That doesn't happen.
Coach Drayton said, he looks like Tarzan. He looks the part, but he's got to do all the others. Is he starting to get it?
Yeah, he's starting on pump block. That's you can say all the things you want. If I came here and said, "Boy, Rod Smith's doing this," and you can ask me back, say, "Why is he not starting on special teams?" So I was probably not being completely forthright with you. To be on to play, you need to play, and he's going to play and start on pump block team.
Nathan Williams, with his conditioning and with his understanding of the offense, considering time.
Good. Yeah, he's a veteran. He had a great spring in our offense, and he's a football player. So those aren't the two concerns. It's just making sure that hip flexors are in order, hamstrings are in order, because that's the first thing that happens. The kid's been, I think it's been 7-8 weeks. His foot's fine, but there's a lot of other, pull calf. I've had, you guys have all seen a guy that hasn't done it, and then all of a sudden he strains, and you hit a hip flexor or something. And that's my biggest concern.
How's Nathan Williams holding up, Coach?
Nathan Williams practiced today, so I anticipate he'll play Saturday.
Is Storm Klein, is he back?
He's back. He'll play in this game. I don't know how much. That's up to Luke, but he's been cleared and he's worked hard and handling this with much humility, which I would imagine he would. Yeah. And I know Storm much better than I knew him in the past, and he's handled things the right way.
When you're going against a defense that y'all don't go against the rest of the year, that kind of defense, and getting a guy like Jordan back, is it a little bit of a bonus for you guys to be able to spring some things on them they haven't made necessarily, or a player they haven't seen, et cetera, Yeah,
and this is a feast or famine type defense. I think they lead the Pac-12 in tackle for loss. I know they have the last couple of years, but they also gave up some plays. So you're going to see, hopefully not many tackle, because they're very aggressive. They're in the backfield all the time. So you're going to see us have to throw the ball, and you're going to have to see us have to do some unique things on offense that we haven't done in the first two games, just because of the style of defense. Much different than the first 2 weeks.
Urban, are you seeing out of your defensive line what you wanted to see this week?
Not enough, but I spent most of my time on offense. I know that we've had a conversation at length, and I know our guys are first of all, they're talented, so we have to do a good job. But I'm waiting to see Saturday, but we need to hit the quarterback.
Urban, how is Kyle Dotson?
Kyle Dotson it was bizarre. He had a passed out at practice, but it was nutrition related. It was dehydration, and he's fine. He's doing super. He was fine last night, so he's fine.
Is there any worry though in the moment?
Oh yeah, yeah. And then they kind of told us he's going to be fine rather quickly. Yeah, anytime a player, whether it be a sprained ankle or a guy passes out. But it was, I guess he was ill in the morning. I later found, I didn't know that. He didn't really tell anybody, but you have to tell the trainer. So he's dehydrated. And
is anything else cropped up this week?
What's that?
Is anybody gone down this week injury-wise?
No, I think we're getting back at most of our players. I'm trying to think who's out. Carlos Hyde's out. Mm-hmm. The other tailback, Warren Ball's out for extended time.
Nobody knew since we talked to you.
Bennett's out probably.
Mike Bennett's out.
Yeah. Will the pressure from the D-line give you the identity that you're wanting on defense?
I just did my TV show, and is this what you expected? It's not. I expect much more. I expect a stadium to be an inferno. I expect players to be diving over each other to hit quarterbacks. I expect the offense to score a multitude of points and celebrating in the end zone. And so no, it's nothing close. But I understand the journey. It's not a sprint. It's a journey. It's a marathon to get it where that we want it. So what we've done the first 2 weeks is nothing close to what if you had a vision of what this place, I think this place should be like. I think that stadium ought to be absolutely electric. I think it's been okay, but we need to play better. We need to go. You want to get a stadium going? Go hit a quarterback. You want to really get the stadium? Put a hand on a punt, and that's when people come out of their seats.
Do you have a timetable?
Yeah, 3 days.
Tomorrow.
You talked a lot about how much you value special teams, and you were mentioning how much you enjoy coaching those kickoff coverage guys.
Yeah, they're my guys.
How much can you see how a guy's going to be down the line on what he might be as a defensive player and what you see in a young player on special teams?
Great question, and that's the essence of that's why Rod Smith, it's such a breakthrough moment. Athletes have small victories before they become, I want to go carry the ball. We don't hear that around here. I mean, it's I want to be on pump block. Then we can have a little chat about if you want to touch the football. And Bogard, Perkins, Najee Murray, Griff, those are all my guys. And Jamal Marcus, they're going to be good football players here. Why? Because they're relentless, they're selfless, and they say yes when you ask them to do something full speed. So that's my favorite group on the team right now, is that little unit of kickoff guys. It's fun to watch. I mean, I hope our fans enjoy watching 7 silver helmets hit a guy on a 14-yard line. That's cool stuff.
This is a little away from Ohio State, but Joe Hayden, obviously you know very well, is facing the suspension in the NFL. Have you talked with him at all?
No, and I did this summer a little bit. I don't know the whole story. I know much less than you guys do. I just haven't had time. My wife Shelley told me that. I love Joe. Joe's my guy. I don't know the whole story.
Any thought on Notre Dame finding somewhat of a home? ACC.
I have no idea.
No.
ACC.
Well, they're going to play 5 ACC opponents. I guess they're still independent, are they not?
Every sport but football.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
When you look at the defensive line, how they played, how much of the lack of production in terms of sacks and statistics is because of what offenses are doing, getting rid of the ball quickly, and how much is just not performing?
First week was schematic issues. Second week, I think we didn't play very well. I don't think we had enough either. We didn't have enough to get guys home, and it all starts with personnel, but also you got to get them home. So, no, we were disappointed in the second week.
Obviously, the defensive line is the tip of the spear when it comes to getting to the quarterback. Is there something other players in the defense can do to help you accomplish that?
Well, we haven't pressured. There's 2 ways to get home. One is to have a great player beat a guy. We haven't done that enough. The other one is to bring more than they can block. We haven't done enough of that either. So those are all issues that our defensive staff and we're all reviewing. I think we played okay, but obviously we expect more than okay.
Devin said Cal's defense is Smith. Sorry, one that tests their manhood. I mean, what does he mean by that, and what are you trying to tell him?
It's a guy that's going to be playing and making a living playing football, going to be covering him all day. So he's going to have to wait because there's no soft coverage where you catch a hitch and kind of wiggle for 2 yards. There's going to be a grown man covering you for 60 minutes or whatever, probably 55, 60 plays, and he's got to win a good share of them. So he's been challenged. I'm glad he said that.
Curious about the matchup with Bradley Roby and Allen. Looks like that's sort of a similar deal.
Yeah, it's we'll find out how good. Once again, sitting back in cover 3 and coming up and tackling a guy from Miami, Ohio on a hitch. That doesn't make you a primetime player. Covering this cat, and in some situations, I think to bring pressure, you're going to have to single up some guys sometimes. So he's in the same category as Devin. This is grown man ball.
How's Philly look this week with the
Couple more questions.
Philly's good. Philly's he'll even get more involved in our offense, even in the backfield a little bit possibly. So there's a lot of things he'll do.
Is there someone else that needs to get involved, like Philly? You're saying on Saturday.
Yeah, Devin Smith. Right now, our playmakers are number 5, without question, number 1, and then we'll see what happens with 7 or 25 and 2, which are tailbacks. But I'd say Philly, Brown, and then you got Devin Smith, Jake, and Evan Spencer are starting to separate themselves right now.
How many times would you like to see Jake get the ball?
Jake?
Yeah, Stoneburner.
I think he's a 5-6 touch game guy. I think we're playing him too many plays. He's such a big man that he gets blown out. So we're going to try to make his plays more counting more meaningful instead of he's just out there.
What's your over/under on carries for Braxton?
Over/under.
When will you be unhappy and when would you be happy?
I think 15 is a good number. I think 15. If we play really well and the guys around them are on their game, the 10 to 12 is really where you want to be. But I don't know if we're there yet.
How about Jordan? How many would please you know.
I don't know, Tim. I don't know yet. I don't know. I just need to see how he finishes up. Tomorrow's a big day for him as well.
Yeah.
Because I want to see how sore he is tomorrow and all that.
Yeah.
See you guys. Thank you.
Thank you much. Appreciate it.